Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. We're here with Katie Reed of the Maine Women's Lobby, and we're here today to talk about the paid family medical leave program, which means beginning in 2026, folks in the eligible workers, rather, in the public and private sectors will have up to 12 weeks of paid time off that they can access. Katie, thanks so much for joining us to have this conversation.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here. I love talking about paid family medical leave. This is going to be a wonderful program for our state to help workers take the time away from the workforce when they need it for a medical need or to care for their family or welcome a new child into their lives and not have to make that tough decision of how can I do that and still pay my mortgage, pay the rent, keep food on the table. So
some people are lucky enough to be in a business that already has a system in place, but others don't. If you have to take time off to have a child for something, you might end up with a decision, do I have to leave my job permanently or not? This will take that away.
Yes, yeah, this will be able to offer people some time to be able to take the time that they need to be with their family, like you said, welcoming a new child into their lives, and not have to worry about how they can afford that or whether they can go back to their job and still be at a place that they really love working at. So it's really a win-win.
And it's not just maybe having a child and maybe planning for something like that too. I was really surprised at who can access these funds in what circumstances. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, actually with the unpaid family medical leave that we see, folks typically take it a majority of the time for a medical purpose. So something like, let's say somebody in your family or you get a cancer diagnosis and you have to deal with the treatment and need to take that time away to heal and take care of yourself. Or you have an aging parent that you need to care for. Those are all things that take all of us, it takes our full self to be able to show up for that person or for ourselves, and we can't work at that same time. So this program helps create that safety net for people. It's similar to any insurance program. We pay a premium and then we get that benefit. So we're not having to make those tough decisions, and we can still stay pretty active in the workforce, just taking a break when we need it for that eligible purpose, so that medical need.
Right. And this has been really controversial. I mean, a lot of business owners are expressing pushback about this, and folks are expressing frustrations over seeing maybe a little bit in their paychecks this year as well, when these funds aren't even accessible until 2026. Can we talk about what is the responsibility of the business who has workers who are going to start paying into these things?
Yeah, so like many insurance programs, there is that premium. So there's a contribution to this fund. And we are at a place where we have to build that fund up until 2026 when people can get the benefit. Right now, the premiums are set at 1% of wages for Maine employees if you have 15 or more employees at your business. And then for smaller businesses with less than 15, that premium is set at 0.5% of those wages. And they can be split with the employee, so the employee can pay up to that 0.5%. So for the small businesses, that could come entirely from the employee.
Gotcha. And so when 2026 rolls around and somebody may want to plan on using these funds, how do you advise somebody to go about that?
So it's really laid out. The Maine Department of Labor is responsible for implementing this program. They have worked very hard over this last year plus to be able to make sure that people understand all of those pieces. And so we encourage folks to go to their website and figure out all of those things when it comes to the contributions, and then also they'll be sharing more information about benefits as that gets closer. People have to notify their employer, so they do have to tell them that something's going on, that they might need to take that time away, and then they would also be able to apply to the program to make sure that their need to step away from work is an eligible purpose, and then they'd be able to accept those benefits. So
probably some small business owners are having some questions about this too. They could probably reach out to that same website.
Absolutely, yeah. Any employer should reach out to the Maine Department of Labor, go to that website, maine.gov/paid leave, and learn more about what their responsibilities are. But we really see this as a positive for both workers and employers.
Definitely some good research to be done. When I looked at it this morning, it struck me, oh, there's a lot of things that would be reasonable reasons to seek out these funds. A lot of things are covered by this.
Yes, it has a wide range of things that can be covered, from your own medical need to caring for a family member to welcoming a new family member.
Even military leave, I saw.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So there's military leave. There's also what's known as safe leave. So for survivors of domestic violence or sexual assault, when they're seeking safety, they can take that time away as
Wow.
well.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Hey, Katie, thank you so much for joining us today. We're out of time. I'm sure we'll be talking more about this in the months ahead, though.
Yeah, thank you, Katie.
Thank